Now, this idea of the law of assumption was first coined by a man named Neville Goddard. I believe that's how you say his name. Goddard. And our reality is basically not attracted to us, but it's assumed. So if you have an assumption that life is going to go a certain way, then you're right. And the biggest thing that I found that was interesting, that quote of him was, you have to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Now, the feeling, not just visualizing, right? Not just manifesting, but emotionally visualizing. You have to understand the feeling that you'll feel as if the wish or the goal is already fulfilled. Right? Again, you have to plant those seeds in your subconscious mind, reap and sow, and then you have to plant and water those seeds every day through your inspired action from the place of as if, right? So we'll use podcasting as an example, right? What would I do if I had 100,000 people listening to this podcast right now? Well, I would do the research, right? And I would actually take notes, which is exactly what I'm doing for each and every one of these podcasts, because I know that's what that person does. You give effort. It's a full-time job. This is what I do. This is my career. This is my passion, right? So if I act from the assumption that it's already happened, and that I'm already having those 100,000 followers, then my podcast will only become the quality of that before I even get there. And that's how you get there. You guys know it. You know it when you see a channel that only has 100 followers on it, and its video is just amazing, or the content is just awesome. It's fascinating. It's very thought-provoking. Then you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, I know these guys, they're going to hit 1 million followers someday. You just know it. And then you come back a year later, 2 years later, 5 years later, they have 1 million followers. And you're like, I knew it. And it's because they were acting and they were creating their videos from a place as if they had 1 million followers already. So then their assumption was right.